Let's meet our teams. They emerged victorious from Friday night's Casual Rising Stars. It's Candace's Rising Stars. It's time to meet Chuck's Global Stars, Kenny's Young Stars, and finally, it's Shaq's OGs.
We get ready to play ball. Kenny's Young Stars against Chuck's Global Stars.
14-12, Team Chuck the lead. A long logo three for Carl Anthony Towns. Oh, nice D there. Leads it down floor to Young. Nice bounce pass to Şengün with a two-hand hammer.
Oh, we got a little pressure.
Broke it.
find his way into the NBA on a more permanent basis would be Wendell Moore Jr. coming out of Duke, originally drafted by Dallas. Double-double yesterday.
I thought he played well yesterday.
A three. Honeycombing in and out. And a rebound to Grant Nelson. Nets losing to the Knicks yesterday, 97-93. Shot just 5 of 25 from beyond the arc. Daniels on the feed. Wolf one-on-one with Skal Labissiere. Flashing into the lane and finishing is Tosan Awoma.
And that's where Wolf can be really effective at using his size and he has great passing ability and great instincts around the basket, finding the open man.
Labissiere, he's been in the NBA on and off, most prominently with the Sacramento Kings, and he fills it up in the lane to tie the game at 2. Good run out and a finish. Grant Nelson, an undrafted rookie out of Alabama, where he averaged 11.5 points a year ago. Labissiere will tee up a 3. Front running. Rebound corralled by Caleb Daniels. Awoma. Now Wolf backing down, trying to carve out some space against Labissiere. And Aaron the whistle and a foul on Skal Labissiere.
And this is where Wolf is 6'11" frame. He can play inside. He's got good post-up moves. He's patient around the basket. He's got good guard skills. And consequently, he can figure out ways to get his shot off. And if not, he can put you in a position where you have to foul him, and he gets to the foul line.
Goes to the free throw line. Did not play in the loss to New York yesterday. 27th pick overall. Last year with Michigan averaging a little more than 13 points per game. He has struggled with the shot here in Vegas, just 2 of 10 from the floor coming into today's game. Converts the second free throw. And a 5-2 Brooklyn lead. Brooklyn this summer averaging just 90 points, shooting just 42%. Shooting was a major issue as Noah Penda drives and draws a foul. Foul is on Caleb Daniels of the Nets. As you look at Noah Penda, did not play yesterday against the Thunder, but averaging 8.5 points per game. Had a big game against Toronto earlier here in Vegas. Penda crossing over against Nelson. He hangs, dishes inside. It ricochets back to him. And Noah Penda, the 32nd overall pick with the finish. We get our first look at Yegor Djoman, the 8th overall pick, and he draws a foul. Meanwhile, take a look at Penda coming out of a French pro league, working the offensive glass on the other end.
And he's good around the basket. Not only is he good around the basket, but he has a big body type where he can put that big body on you and then find a way to score around the basket also.
Wolf and Awoma were dealing with a dribble handoff that went awry, but an Orlando foul as we check in with Lauren.
Guys, I talked to Coach Baher a little bit earlier today and just said, what has Noah brought to this team? And he said, he's been really good. What impressed me most, he's a versatile guy, and we can use him in a variety of different ways. He's handling it all without missing a beat. And he said, you know, this is his first NBA minutes. So he's getting used to that NBA action, and it's been really, really impressive. The whole coaching coaching staff's been impressed with what he's been able to do and how he's approached and handled his game here at Summer League so far.
Born in Paris, played in the French top league in 2024. And he drives, goes right at Wolf, and the foul. Penda, big body, 6'7", 240 pounds per game, 240 pounds, and averaging 5 rebounds a game.
Yeah, and again, getting to the basket, scoring around the basket, using his strength, using his muscle and size. You know, anytime you're trying to make an Orlando team, the first thing you got to do is be able to defend. And he's doing a good job of showing both, where he can defend, but he can also score.
Wendell Moore Jr. with the foul. With Orlando, really both of these teams, Isaiah, what they're looking to do better next year than last year is just flat out shoot the basketball. Oh my! Joma! Yegor Joman with the drive and the finish. He's been struggling with the outside shot, but no struggles there. Taking it strong to the rack. Penda. Wolf switches out on him. Moore, shot clock down to 4. Creates down the lane, hangs and hits off glass. Wendell Moore Jr. 14 and 10 against Oklahoma City yesterday. And Orlando with the lead. Awoma into the lane, shaky with the handle, turns, hooks, can't hit, however. And Penda with the rebound for Orlando. Magic 41 and 41 a year ago, eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. And a foul drawn off the move by Ethan Thompson.
Oh, he had a running start, and when he gets a running start, he's like, okay, which way are you going? You going right? Oh, I'm going left. And if the defender would have went left, he would have went right. That's what happens when you give a guard like that a running start.
Yegor Joman playing last year with BYU, averaging 10.5 points per game. Meanwhile, Thompson misfires on the first free throw. That last Nets foul on Grant Nelson. But Orlando making moves. They get Desmond Bane from Memphis. In the process, they lose Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Good veteran leader, good 3-and-D guy. Cole Anthony was also in that deal. Now, he's reached a buyout agreement with Memphis, so Cole Anthony will be looking for a new home. Joman.
Love to pick up a Bane for Orlando. He's gonna pay out big time.
A-plus player, A-plus person. Shot clock down to 5. Wolf turning, firing, and filling it up. Former Michigan Wolverine ties the game at 9. Labissiere working one-on-one with Wolf, backs him into the post. Off and boarded by Caleb Daniels.
Great defense by Wolf on that possession.
Daniels into the lane. Good hands, steal, Thompson. Moore, a Euro, hangs, and good defense by Joman.
And that was a bad decision. It was a 3-on-1 fast break. Moore should have gave that one up.
Penda thought about the 3. He'll try. He'll make! Noah Penda ringing the bell from downtown, and he has impressed. Awoma to the cup. Draws a foul, and Hosan Awoma will go to the free throw line. Timeout on the floor. 5:23 remaining here in the first quarter. Noah Penda didn't play yesterday, but he's paying off dividends today.
Oh, look. Great blue heron.
Oh, your favorite.
You know, when I go, I'd like to leave some money to the local bird conservancy.
Oh, that's a beautiful legacy to leave.
Doesn't count. Generous, but final wishes need to be more finalized. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy to create a legally valid, state-specific document that actually counts. Ooh, what's that?
Brooklyn Nets. And we talked about this Orlando team, and Isaiah, so much of their issue last year was getting guys healthy at the same time. Paolo Banchero missed 36 games. Franz Wagner missed 22. Jalen Suggs missed 47. Those three, arguably their big three, appeared in just 6 games together.
And you and I complimented the coaching staff yesterday because they did an excellent job keeping that team motivated, keeping them inspired, and believing that they could win. And I thought they were excellent last year from a coaching standpoint, even though they suffered so many injuries.
Amir Bahur is coaching the Summer Magic. Tosan Awoma makes it a 12-11 game. Jay Natkins has come into the ball game for the Orlando Magic. Shot clock down to 7. Penda rises. It's a 3 off the back iron. Rebound captured by Nelson for Brooklyn. Wolf, tough catch in traffic, triple team, ball on the floor, but is able to maintain possession. Quincy Olivari is in for the first time this afternoon, and he finds Wolf for an easy one underneath.
You know, as we said at the start of the game, Wolf is a very intriguing player to me because he's so skilled. He has great basketball instincts. He understands how to play the game. He's got good patience, and you know, if he's put in the right situation, I think he can be a very effective pro player.
Thompson hangs off glass, no, and the rebound tapped around and picked up by Danny Wolf. Very good ball handler, very comfortable running the pick and roll. He'll try for 3. And the rebound run down by Jaden Akins. And a rebound to Gilman. Tosan Awoma, former Ivy League star. Wolf also played in the Ivy League. His step-back jumper is too strong. And the rebound cleared by Kyler Kelly, who's into the game for the first time this afternoon. Here's Penda. Gilman, steal, 2-on-1. Awoma earns a trip to the free throw line. Tosan Awoma, appearing in just his 2nd Summer League game this year, played with the Nets last year. 9.5 points per game with the Nets a year ago. Awoma 2 for 2 from the line so far. Good with the first, and we tell you that Summer League action continues on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Here next on NBA TV, we got the Pelicans and the Thunder. Then on ESPN tonight, it's the Wizards and the Jazz at 10. And then on ESPN2 tomorrow, the Pacers and the Knicks. Teams wrapping up preliminary play. Oklahoma City trying to remain unbeaten and keep themselves in the mix to make the semifinals later on here in Vegas. Earlier today, Minnesota with a win. Akins explodes to the cup, tries to hook it up. And he'll get a trip to the free throw line. Jaden Akins, undrafted rookie out of Michigan State. So he and Jace Richardson, both, as they like to say, Spartan dogs. And Tom Izzo is in the building.
Most definitely. And they know when the coach is in the building, there's a certain amount of effort that they have to play with and a certain amount of toughness they have to bring to the game. Coach Izzo preaches that, and his players exemplify it.
So Akins at the line, good with the first. The Big Ten All-Defensive selection. So Wolf out of the game for the first time, and Tyrese Samuel is in. Played G League basketball with the Valley Suns, averaging 11 points per game. Also TJ Bamba is in for Brooklyn. Nets working with a 1-point lead here. More than 3 remaining in the first quarter. And a strong drive, and going to be free throws for Quincy Olivari.
You talked about the Michigan State guys now. It's like, okay, you get by me, you're not going to get a layup. You're going to go to the foul line and shoot 2 free throws. and wait, and Coach Izzo's in the house too? Oh, I'm not going to let you get a layup.
No. Well, last year, under Jordi Fernandez, this Brooklyn Nets team, they were pretty good defensively. They just really struggled offensively. They were 28th in offensive efficiency, 2nd worst shooting team from inside the arc, and the 6th worst shooting team shooting from 3-point range.
Well, they've been in a rebuild situation, you know, for a couple of years, and they've added 5 rookies. So you know that offensively, you know, they're still going to struggle a little bit. And I think what they're trying to do is just establish their culture and understand who they're going to be and how they're going to play. And that may not always turn out wins in the beginning, but in the end, hopefully it will.
Yeah, definitely an infusion of talent for this Brooklyn team. And then they also get Michael Porter Jr. from Denver. How does that change the calculus for this Brooklyn club?
Well, it changes because he brings a knowledge and an experience from a championship standpoint. And he brings an understanding of how things are supposed to be done. And hopefully that can rub off on some of the younger players. He's going to have his hands full because he's used to winning, and going to Brooklyn, he might not have as much success as he did in Denver, but he may have a better time playing.
There's something to be said for the playing and productive veteran. Get some of that veteran leadership in there. Pretty hook by Tyrese Samuel. Here's a guy, he's 6'10", but he has a 7'3.5" wingspan.
Well, that helps.
Long arms are really good unless you need a suit off the rack. Wendell Moore Jr. Shot clock down to 4. 3-pointer missed by Williams, Alondas Williams. Had 5 points yesterday, really struggled with the shot, just 2 of 10. Bamba drives, little up under, lost it on the way up, but drew a foul that will put him at the free throw line. Timeout on the floor. Free throws coming for the Nets. Nets a 2-point lead.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting
because the East right now is kind of wide open, but not as much as people think. because you still have some emerging teams in the East. Like, I think Atlanta's going to be pretty good this year, even though they haven't, fared well the last couple of years. And then you got this Orlando team. When they're healthy, they're capable of winning the championship. So Brooklyn, they got their work cut out, but it's a long-term plan, and they're sticking to their plan.
You saw Yegor Joman, what he will be able to do, gifted rookie. They really think big things will come from him, signed with the European powerhouse Real Madrid at the age of 15.
Yeah.
So he's been around high-level basketball for a significant period of time. NBA is a different animal, we understand that, but you play for Real Madrid, you've been exposed to high-pressure situations.
Yes, most definitely, and playing around men at that young age, what it does, it doesn't necessarily teaches you what to do, it teaches you what not to do, because they don't allow you to take bad shots, they don't allow you to, make fundamental mistakes. So playing around men at a very young age, as he had the opportunity to, gives him a unique advantage coming into the NBA.
Lauren, you got more on Joman.
Yeah, I do. He even said, though, coming into Summer League, that the NBA pace and physicality have been a step up. He said, it's like when I first got to the Big 12. It took time to adjust, but I got there. But now he's leaning on that experience, earning trust in his teammates and his minutes as he adjusts to life at this pro level. He said, Brooklyn believes in me as a shooter, and that's where I get my confidence. I know how much work I put in to get here, and he's just going to continue to shine and grow as he gets more minutes, more reps. And Zeke, it takes a second to kind of adjust to this as well, right?
It takes a second. Sometimes it may take a minute. But it's not an easy adjustment. But the guys who put the work in and the guys who have the skill level like he does, they normally shine and they normally get it done.
Alondas Williams hit a three moments ago. Skip pass, Akins behind a Kelly screen. Short with a three, and it's run down in the corner. Final 37 seconds of the first period. Nets the lead in the leather, up 2. Samuel trying to create off the bounce. Ball fake, up, under, yes, and the foul. Tyrese Samuel creating in the lane and an and one opportunity.
You talk about post moves. Okay, there's the up, there's the under, there's the hezzy. Oh, in the and one. So I'm going to take you, I'm going to give you the fake, I'm going to give you the step through, and then I'm going to drop it and score, just like they teach you.
Played last year, or is when he played in college with Florida, averaged 14 and 7.5 rebounds a game. This is just the second game he's playing here in Vegas. Had 6 points yesterday in the loss to New York. Converts the three-point play, and the Nets open up a 5-point lead. Not 5 the difference, shot clock to game clock. Nets do have a foul to give. And the loose ball, Samuel dives for it. Akins picks it up. Wow, and a pretty finish. Wendell Moore Jr. That makes it 24-21.
Ball on the floor, you know a Spartan's going to come up with it.
Yeah.
And they finish at the rim. But loose ball in the summer league, these guys are hustling. They're trying to make the team, so they're fighting for every loose ball. Nice three.
Quincy Olivari, big game off the bench yesterday. Now a steal, and the basket is waved off by Pat O'Connell, our crew chief. Wow. Exciting end to the first quarter. Nets 27, Magic.
on defense and do a better job.
Coach Baher praised you before the game today. He said he's so impressed with your versatility and how you've handled everything in Summer League. What do you feel like you've learned about yourself here in your first NBA minute?
I didn't learn anything special, just that I'm right now able to play a game in the Summer League. That don't mean nothing much for the rest of my career in the NBA, but that's some good sign. NBA is way faster paced than Europe, so seeing that I'm able to keep up the cadence is good.
Yeah, no, it's been so much fun to watch you play. Good luck the second quarter.
Thank you.
Zach Fremantle with that last Orlando foul. Penda with 7, including a 3-point make in the first quarter. Samuels with that pretty and one and a lob finish. Here's Olivari, made 1-3, missed that one. Offensive rebound. DeAndre Davis appearing in his third Summer League game. Makes it a 6-point Brooklyn lead. And we talked about Michael Porter Jr. Oh, steal. Samuel to the rack, tried to pack it. Draws a foul, and they'll have to earn it at the free throw line. But Brooklyn, when you bring in 5 rookies, as they have, the impact that Michael Porter Jr. can have as a veteran leader on that group.
It's going to be tremendous and enormous for those rookies to be able to walk into a locker room and sit across from a champion and have him give knowledge about the league. And, you know, the champions and the veterans, they understand the pace of the league. They understand the first 20 games. And then they understand the next 20 games to get you to 40, right? And how your body's going to feel, how the tempo of the game is going to change. So these little things that he'll be able to impart on these rookies as they're going throughout the course of the season will be invaluable.
Samuel continues to impress. He's got 8 for the Nets, who have built a 7-point lead. That's their largest of the game. Moore. Fremantle thought about it. 8 to shoot. Davis curls in the lane, flares it out. 3 ball is long by Moore. Here come the Nets. Stopping on a dime. Daniels hooks, hits, and draws the foul. Caleb Daniels getting the start this afternoon. Last year with the Sioux Falls Skyforce of the G League.
I mean, Daniels get to the basket, but we got to give Samuels credit for setting the screen in the middle, sealing off the big man, so Daniels can have the ability to get to where he needs to get to and finish around the rim.
Orlando foul on Nate Santos, who's into the ball game here in the second quarter, and another and one completed by Brooklyn. Brooklyn already 14 free throws attempted, just 7 for the Magic.
And you see Brooklyn picking up full court. I mean, they're thirsty for a win tonight. This is a group that has come in and said, hey, we got to get 1 win on the board, and they're doing it on the defensive end. I mean, they're picking up full court, getting to the foul line, doing all the necessary things you need to do to have a 10-point lead.
Nets on a 10-2 run. Let's check in with Lauren.
Yeah, guys, talking to Nets Summer League coach Steve Hetzel, he said, we've been playing with too much hesitation. Our philosophy is to let it fly. We come out here, we want to shoot 40-plus in a 40-minute game, and he said, we're not getting to that number. So that's the bottom line for us. It's not whether it goes in or we miss, it's the attempt, and we did hesitate too much, so we need to pick it up defensively, but also continue to let it fly on the offensive side.
Olivari earns a trip to the free throw line. But Isaiah, you know what I like best about that play?
What's that?
Samuel's outlet pass.
Oh, yes. An outlet pass. We've seen one, right? How rare is that? Normally the guards come back, they have to get it from the big man, and then they try to push it up court. But, you know, an outlet to the hash mark, 2 dribbles, you're at the basket. You know, they call that old school, but we call that good basketball.
Well, you may call it old school. I call it fundamentals.
Yes. I mean, rebound, he turns the right way. Nice pass out. just one dribble, and now you're at the basket, as opposed to the guard coming back to get the basketball and then trying to push it up the court.
Good fundamental basketball. I love it. Nets continue to extend the lead. 35-23 the count here. Early second quarter at the Pavilion on the campus of UNLV. Fourth and final preliminary game for both teams. Alondas Williams flares it out. Corner three. That's going to come up short. And Santos with a misfire on his first touch. Olivari lost it out of bounds. Jaden Aikens, another Michigan Stater, along with Jace Richardson. Tom Izzo continues to produce quality players that are able to play at the next level.
And you know what Coach Izzo does, right? He teaches not only fundamentals, but there's a serious work ethic that all of his players have. And you can overcome lack of talent with hard work, and he does it every single year.
Williams, bad pass stolen by Samuel, but then given back. Moore scores. And a timeout taken. Wendell Moore Jr. A little bit of hustle there. He's got 8 points on the afternoon. Samuel went for the denial. Wasn't enough.
In a Jurassic world, every Jeep vehicle is Jurassic rated. Experience open-air freedom for all. Unsurpassed towing, no matter what it is. Or a third row to fit in all the adventure. Jeep. Jurassic World Rebirth.
Right now, with Employee Pricing Plus, purchase and get an average of $8,177 below MSRP on 2025 Jeep Gladiator, Rubicon, and Mojave models. Hurry, this great offer will become extinct July 31st.
Where some saw a pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A Sonic Smasher with Grillo's Pickles and Dilly Ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a Pickle Rita slush with pickle-flavored bubbles. It's called the Big Dill Meal, and it's a work of art.
Still dreaming about this concert? Yeah, the cost to get here is not the vibe. Priceline has millions of hotel
Lauren Jabara working the sidelines. Really like what I've seen from Tyrese Samuel. Was playing with, actually signed with the Vancouver Bandits of Canadian Elite Basketball League in April. Played in the G League last year. Olivari. Going to work, off the window. Samuel, offensive rebound. He's fouled. Fremantle was there defensively. And you think of a guy like Samuel, maybe he sticks with the Nets, maybe he doesn't, maybe he's two-way, plays with the Long Island Nets. There are scouts here, there are general managers, not only from the States, but from around the world. This is basically a job interview.
It's a job interview, and you know, unfortunately, as we talked about yesterday, there are only 450 players that make the NBA. And sometimes you are good enough to make it, but you just haven't found the right spot, the right opportunity, or the right coach or organization that believes in you. And it's not a matter of if you can play. It's a matter of can you get lucky and find the right opportunity and right spot. Because most of these guys, they're good enough to play in the NBA.
Samuel, the leading scorer with 10 points, and he's done a lot of damage at the free throw line. Penda's back in. He had the big first quarter. 5 on the shot clock. 3 by Alondis Williams. Williams, his second three-point make of the afternoon. Alivari, a miss. Fremantle, the rebound for Orlando. Crutcher, Awoma with the deflection out of bounds, and the Magic will keep with 18 on the shot clock. Gilman back in, Wolf back in as well. But Alondis Williams, again, is another guy. He's had time in the NBA. He's been with the Miami and with the Pistons G League affiliates. Had a game with the Pistons last year. And hoping for more permanent minutes. Nice block, Awoma.
No cross-court passes.
Oh! And as the late, great Chuck Hearn would say, the mustard fell off the hot dog. Now Williams has it back now off the miss. Gilman is back defensively. And a foul by Penda. High effort level, Isaiah, on both sides of the floor.
Yeah, again, both teams are thirsty for a win. And the only way they're going to, really make it happen, both of them believe, is on the defensive end. Offensively, playing well, but not good enough.
Alondis Williams short with a 3. Gilman got some medical attention while he was out of the game. You see the sleeve on the left elbow. Awoma steps through off glass. Tosan Awoma.
The slow Euro.
Also known as the Kyle Anderson.
Oh, slow-mo, he just slow.
One of my all-time favorite people in the NBA, Kyle Anderson. You talk about a pro's pro and a pretty 3. Rainbowed in by DeAndre Davis. And a timeout taken by Orlando. 42-30 Nets with a 12-point lead. Tosan Awoma.
Oh.
Pretty play.
Oh, look, I'm bottomless. Just like bottomless apps for $9.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. That's right, you can get bottomless mop sticks, fried pickles, and so much more for you and all your bottomless friends.
Those first 3 games, but a much better shooting percentage here. And they've done big business in the paint. Samuel has been part of that for the Nets.
And it also helps when you play good defense and you're able to get out in transition. You're able to get baskets. You're able to get shots closer to the basket.
Ethan Thompson missing the foul line jumper.
Therefore, you're more successful.
Gilman for 3, short. And the rebound, Alondis Williams, and then out of bounds. Orlando basketball coming back in with 4:15 remaining here in the first half. Wendell Moore Jr. back in the game for the Orlando Magic. Nets with Owoma, Wolf, Yeoman, Davis, and Bamba. Moore, Pender, Labissiere, Crutcher, Williams. Pender goes out. I beg your pardon, Pender remains in, rather. Rebound to TJ Bamba. Off the miss by Thompson. Dunk won't count by Yeoman, but an Orlando foul. That will see DeAndre Davis go to the free throw line. Labissiere with the foul, his third. And Davis to the free throw line. Coming out of Ole Miss. We love his defensive ability to guard multiple positions there in Oxford.
You see the NBA, you know, there was a trend towards offensive players a while ago. Now I see the trend now is you got a better chance of making a team being a great defender now than you do being a great offensive player.
Defensive foul, TJ Bamba on the guard against Pender. Do you think that's partially because of the way the game is played now and so many things are switched that you better be a good defender and be able to defend multiple positions?
And I think the way, you know, we just talked about it, the familiarity and the similarities in offensive style of play. Everyone plays dribble handoff, high screen and roll. So consequently, you got to have good perimeter defenders that can move their feet, stop the dribbler from getting into the feint. And if you can do that, you got a chance to make the team.
Orlando's offense stuck in neutral, 0 for their last 6, and then turn it over. Yeoman works against Penda, and Penda with a knockaway. Brooklyn will throw in with 13 on the shot clock. Wolf unguarded for 3, and it's through. Moore responds with a 3 of his own. And a steal.
Nice.
And all of a sudden, Orlando working their way back into this. Crutcher with the last basket. Crutcher's first hoop of the game makes it a 12-point margin for the Nets.
Bourbon this balance.
Knock down free throws.
Nets a 12-point lead, taking a timeout after surrendering a couple of baskets in quick succession. Now, Samuel last year with the Valley Suns in the G League shot 67% inside the arc. He'll take 67% from two-point territory every day of the week.
You know, I firmly believe that in this league right now, if you put the ball inside and you get good post play, the post players now in this league, they're going to shoot 55, 60% from the field because you don't have a lot of good post defenders now.
Under 3 remaining in the first half. Wolf with a handoff. Awoma, a euro, and an awkward shot attempt that ends up in the hands of the Orlando Magic. Picked up by Penda. Penda changing directions. Moore, baseline. Crutcher, skip pass. Thompson's 3 is off. Awoma. Oliveri. Not close. And the rebound to Penda. Not a lot of three-point shooting in this ball game. Nets just 3 of 11 from distance. And 4 of 16 for the Magic. Crutcher is fouled out on the floor by Grant Nelson.
Well, if that last shot was any indication of why they're not shooting threes, it's good because you know, shot selection and missed shots right now, that's important.
And Orlando had a struggle to inbound the basketball. They call it timeout. 2:06 remaining in the first half. Nets by a dozen.
The first day back from maternity leave is so weird.
Wolf looking for some options. Olivari, step back 3. Mingo, and the rebound to Penda. Thompson down the lane, off glass. And he'll go to the free throw line. Grant Nelson was defending. He commits the foul, and Thompson to the free throw line. If you were looking at an area of improvement for Orlando, because Isaiah, we did their game against the Thunder yesterday, only 7 first half turnovers.
Yes, and we look at tonight and we say, and we ask the question why. Yesterday, they didn't have all of their guys playing, and they had a group out there that hadn't really played together, wasn't used to playing together, and I think they were focused more on the defensive end. Tonight we have some familiarity in terms of players playing together, understanding the system, consequently less turnovers.
Only 6 miscues by Brooklyn. Out of the double team, great pass. Wolf, the finish. That ends a 9-0 run. Olivari just picked up his 4th assist of the game. 1 minute remaining first half. Penda, elbow jumper, smooth. We didn't see Penda play yesterday, but Isaiah, I really like what I've seen from him this afternoon.
Yeah, he's a smart player. He takes good shots, and we talked about how important shot selection is. He hasn't really taken a bad shot, and anytime you can get to the mid-range, you can get to the 15-foot area. Right now in this league, there's not a lot of resistance in that mid-range area, and that's where you're going to score at.
Thompson in a crowd. Crutcher. Moore, 10 to shoot. Gonna challenge Wolf. Nowhere to go, turned it over. Olivari on the pickup. Shot clock goes dark. Magic do have a foul to give, and Moore with a takeaway. 2 seconds, 1 second, he lays it up, and it fails to fall as the first half comes to a close. Moore was trying to beat the clock. He got it away in time, but it does not fall. Two teams looking for their first win here in Vegas. We've seen some dunks and we've seen some real hustle. 49-41, Nets an 8-point lead at the break.
To avoid digital threats, just turn on NordVPN.
about to play in Summer League. That's crazy.
Las Vegas, Nevada. And one of the most highly anticipated, highly debated runs of the entire summer. It's the Lakers against the Mavericks.
Liddell all over him, the step over. He gets it up for the win! Booyah with the booyah! The Bucks win on the buzzer beater. Go, Filipowski driving.
Guy who really has impressed us for the Orlando Magic, Noah Penda. We didn't see him yesterday.
Yeah.
You look at him, and the first thing that it just kind of screams at you is NBA body, but big-time skills to go with the big body.
He's got the skills. He's got the body, right? But then he understands, you know, tempo. And what I like here is he's always unbalanced, and he gets to the basket. He can knock down the three, and he can take the bump. He can finish at the rim. And then he's got the nice, soft mid-range game. So I've been really impressed with his game thus far.
Had a big first quarter, 7 of his 11 points coming in the first quarter. Wolf, good idea with the dump down, gets it back, around and out, battling for the rebound, and out of bounds. It'll be Orlando's basketball. Wolf and Grant Nelson were trying to work a little two-man game there. Nelson couldn't handle the pass. Wolf couldn't get the finish.
Well, Wolf is an extremely gifted pick and roll player. He makes good passes. He's got size. He can see over the defense. He can drop it, you know, in the pocket, and then he can give you the nice soft lob. I mean, he's really gifted with the basketball.
Wolf started his collegiate career at Yale, then transferred to Ann Arbor, playing for the Maize and Blue. Led the Big Ten in rebounding. Penda against a double, and Moore lost it out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn basketball here early third quarter. Both teams looking for their first victory here in Summer League. They'll both be involved in the consolation games. We'll play one more game after this. That'll be determined. Trying to figure out who the top 4 teams are going to be. Awoma misfires on a 3. Wolf, nice dish. Awoma knows exactly what to do with it. Points at Wolf, and you see that Wolf has good ball skills.
He has good ball skills. He has good passing ability. He's a step ahead on every play offensively when it comes to seeing the floor, understanding where to put the ball at, and giving that teammate a good, nice finishing pass.
A Brooklyn foul, Awoma, before the shot.
This is first personal and the first team foul.
Penda on the back down. Fadeaway jumper won't go, and Awoma with a rebound. Awoma into a crowd, somehow got that to the rim and nearly dropped in.
I mean, we've seen him with the Hezi Euro several times, and he takes the hard step right, and then he drags it, holds it, and can go back off his left foot. That's incredible leg strength to be able to do that.
And that's another move that has become more and more popular, the hold step.
Yes. We used to call that traveling.
Yes, you used to call that traveling. See the next generation of NBA stars at NBA Summer League in Las Vegas. Tickets going fast. Get yours now at NBAevents.com. I've always told everybody, I said, if you have any interest in the NBA, at least once in your life, you got to come here and see this.
Yes. It is quite an experience watching Summer League play here in Vegas, because really every single play and every player, every referee is under the microscope, and they're giving you their best effort on every single play.
And a big crash and an offensive foul by Caleb Daniels. And you get to see Hall of Famers like Isaiah Thomas.
And such as yourself too.
I'm not in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, you got that smooth, sometimes very white voice that you throw on.
Thompson.
See, there it is. There it is. All we got to do is put a little music behind it.
All right, here's Crutcher. Thompson had contacted a foul. Caleb Daniels.
Say it again. Say Daniels again.
Daniels.
No, but some guys just have the voice for it, and you're one of those guys that just has the voice to make everything sound good, exciting. Even when it's bad, you find a way to make it good.
Thompson lost the ball, trying to get it back, and tied up by Wolf, and eventually we do have a tie-up with just 3 seconds on the shot clock.
And see, like that play right there, that was a bad play, but you made it, you made it sound good. Tie up, loose ball, find it, get it, and up, and now it's a good thing. But I looked at it and I was like, that's a terrible play. That's bad. That would be my voice.
Byron Spurrell, the president of league operations for the NBA, will join us later here in the third quarter. Talk about the state of the NBA. Moore, double clutch, long 2, and the rebound filters out to him. Swing at Thompson, 3, long, boarded by Awoma. Wolf was calling for it. Instead, Gilman. Offensive rebound, Nelson. Well, good thought, but Uwoma pass a little too tall. Like the vision of Gilman, I mean, 6'8", just 19 years of age.
Yeah, and you look at him and this is where the evaluation and projection comes in. And you look at him and you say, okay, what we see today, if you can project 3 years from now, what he's going to be when he has some weight on his body, you know, how physical he's going to be, and his shot's going to just keep getting better. He's going to be a player in this league.
Crutcher with a miss. Daniels the rebound. Uwoma finishes at the rim. Uwoma also an Ivy League product, along with Wolf. Penda with the screen. Shot clock at 8. Moore facing up, spinning against Wolf, falls to the deck. Uwoma on the pickup. And again, Gilman, the idea is there, the execution just a little off.
Just a little off, but as you said, the idea is there, and the timing will come. You know, he'll get used to playing at this speed and understanding what he can and can't do.
Gilman with that last foul. They want him to be even more aggressive, and obviously needs to improve the shot. Shooting just 33% here in Summer League. That's, I guess, if there's a concern, it's about shooting. I think the decision making and the vision is there. Penda out of the double. Labissiere is fouled by Wolf.
Penda's a very solid basketball player. This is my first time watching him, but you know what I'm seeing is he's solid, fundamentally sound in every area. You know, just on that quick post-up play, the double team came from the baseline. He was able to get the pass right, on time, on target. Very impressive.
Labissiere good with the first. And we're seeing more and more quality, NBA quality players coming out of France.
Yes. And, you know, you have to give their training and their coaches a lot of credit for developing them, not only developing them, but teaching them how to compete and not be afraid to compete. And a lot of times, international players would come to the NBA and they would be afraid to compete. Now we see the international players coming over to the NBA, and some NBA players are now afraid to compete against the international players.
Kyler Kelly back in for Orlando. Uwoma has all 6 Brooklyn points in the period. Wolf, a 3, it's through. Danny Wolf. Second triple for Wolf this afternoon. He's got 13. Elijah Williams also back for the Magic. And Kelly lost it out of bounds. And a timeout on the floor. 5:45 remaining in the third. And the Nets maintaining a double-digit advantage over the Magic.
To avoid digital
But at the same time, we feel like what's been accomplished over the last 3 years, we're not resting on our laurels. But under the last 3 years, under the leadership of Joe Dumars in basketball operations, he always says, let's clean up the game. So think about non-basketball moves, transition take fouls, proximate foul, things that were not as good for the game, we took out in terms of rule changes over the past 3 years with his leadership. And now that he's with the Pelicans, we'll move on and now have James Jones in that position to take it to the next level. And so that's why, Pete, a couple of just data points and facts that we feel like the game is truly in a good place.
What inspired you to select James Jones and make that a good marriage for the NBA?
Well, I'll laugh at Zeke here because it's hard to find when you think about Joe Dumars, Hall of Famer, multiple championships as a player and an executive.
Yes.
Executive of the year. That resume is really hard to try to replicate. Now there's some people like you who do that thing, and you know how great of a teammate Joe is on the court and certainly in the league office. But we actually found somebody, James, multi-champion, great player, executive of the year, and has a lot of credentials to really, really dive in. And that's one of the things that was interesting about our recruiting process of him, which took not too long of a period of time. We caught him at a good time. He's like, B, and Matt Ishbia at the Suns was also very supportive. Like, you can do certain things to impact the team. You can do a lot to impact the league. Yeah. And so that's where James, I think, much like Joe, will really help us.
Is there anything that you'll focus on this year or the next couple of years that you want to change or that you want to see get better?
Yeah, it's mainly around game flow. The game flow changes we made back in 2017, whether that's halftime, whether it's push and play, things like that, have played out well for us. But then the other changes we made, like the coach's challenge, like the second challenge, have added actually back a little bit more time and sort of decreased the pace to some extent. So on game flow, we're always going to continue to look at improvements. Part of that is tightening up the game administration, free throw administration, things like that. But the other part is the officiating and the technology that comes alongside, making quicker, faster calls with the replay center and even on court with the officials. So all of that game flow element, along with game length, we're really trying to analyze, particularly in the new environment with 3 new media partners as a set. I mean, obviously there's a couple incumbents there and one coming back. But from the standpoint of really making sure the game is not only good on the court, but all the game flow elements are looking good as well.
Is there an ideal time that you guys look at and say, okay, there's game flow, but how long do we want the fans to be in the building? How long? I mean, you know, all of that comes into play.
It's a great question.
So what's the ideal time that you look at when you say, okay, this is the magical time, this is the perfect time?
Yeah, the thing I'll say there is that we've often said, and Adam has said this in the past, that maybe a 2-hour game would be like a perfect sort of situation, a window of time for our fans to really, whether you're in the arena or whether you're on streaming or whether you're on any type of device that you're watching on, 2 hours is kind of maybe that magical point. We've kind of not backed off of it, but it's been like 2:15 or so over the past couple of years. And so we feel like we're in a good spot. But what's been helpful is continuing to test things in the G League, continuing to test things at Summer League that can help us really continue to analyze it. So Sharif, president of the G League, has been a great partner there, not only in development of players, but development of referees, but development of tests like this. And we want to continue to really analyze. And again, our new media partners, like the others, have been very interested in what can we do to really get that fan engagement in the right place.
Is there anything that we should be looking for that you guys are thinking about with the new media partners?
I'd say a few things there. Amazon obviously has now the tempo with the NBA Cup, and so there's some things that they're excited about to really kind of own there and see how we can make some changes. That's 2 years in, but now they will be decision rights around the 3rd year now. So there are a few things there that we're playing with. I can't disclose anything just yet, but there are things there to watch.
But you know I'm going to ask.
Bye, we're going to hold you over the break because we want to talk about officiating.
Okay, sure. Yep.
Nets up 22.
You know how to care for the people in your life. You know the excitement, the exhaustion. But you also know it can't always be you. We get it.
President of League Operations for the NBA, Byron Spruill. And Byron, you were going to finish up the answer to Isaiah asking what innovations might there be with the new broadcast partners?
Yeah, I think there's a few, like I say, with Amazon owning the NBA Cup, there are a few there that I can't give too much there, but we're on the path of some new and exciting elements there. NBC coming back, obviously as a partner, but also owns the All-Star game. So we're in conversation with them about what type of international elements, given that basically in and out of the All-Star game or All-Star competition will actually be the Olympic coverage, their Winter Olympic coverage while we're in LA. So a lot of things going on there that'll be exciting. And of course, ESPN Disney, we continue to kind of work new elements with them too. So looks like a lot of fun ahead.
Big chunk of your job is dealing with the officiating. And we have so many former officials, current officials that are evaluating the officials that are on the court here in Summer League. What's that process like?
That's a big part of Summer League as well as G League and Showcase. So you see a lot of G League officials here. You also see on the court, and then you also see a lot of our officiating staff that are on the court as well as off the court. And they are here to evaluate all of the great work that's being done by our officials during the course of Summer League. It's a really important time for them to continue to envelop, to get repetition, and then move on to the next level. And so a lot of our D-League officials want and need to become NBA officials so we can keep the improvement in the right place and enhancement in the right place. So that's a big part of Summer League, and I credit our Referees Association for really allowing us a lot of time here. And that also lends itself back to the technology and other things that we've been working with them to make sure that all those types of improvements can be made on the court but tested here. And it's a lot part of the development that really needs to take place for the game. And they've been very good at that.
You know, we've seen the talent pool expand internationally for NBA players. And you just were talking about the officials.
Yeah.
Do you think the same talent pool will expand, and will you start looking at international officials being able to come into the NBA?
Yeah, over the course of the years, they're actually, and I think that we have a few here this year, but over the course of the years, we also bring some international officials over to get a taste of the NBA. Inte Wang is one who actually developed from this type of invitation and now is a full-time hire of ours.
Okay.
So that path is a journey. Inte Wang.
Yeah.
So that kind of journey is important. that kind of journey is important so that we get the best of the best of officials from across the globe.
Yes.
To your point, it's not just the NBA, but Mark Tatum is really focused on what we can do in Europe now and really working that process. So we're going to continue to get players, coaches, referees, a whole lot to really grow the game.
It just makes the game so much better.
Absolutely.
And the international players, the way they come over and and just competed.
Huge,
I mean, it's been
huge
great.
success with a lot of our players now coming outside the U.S. and a good number of them in all parts of the globe coming over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Byron, thanks for the
Thank you,
time.
guys.
Speaking of officiating, we have a coach's challenge.
How about that?
From
Yeah.
Thanks.
We'll see the new green light too. Got to pick out the sort of fine elements too. So the green light itself is not new, but the whole strip across. So that's something new here at Summer League that you'll see in our arenas coming up this season.
What about the LCD floors or the floors?
The glass court is also something that we're testing.
Use that?
We saw it in All-Star. We had the opportunity to use it in Lucas Oil Field and set it up there for Saturday activities at All-Star in Indianapolis. For the full game, we use the regular hard court and game bridge. But at the same time, we're exploring ways that we can use that ASB glass court going forward, whether it's a summer league, whether it's a combine, other places. But it's really exciting what that technology can do.
Yeah, it definitely a great visual on television too.
Absolutely, and it has so many possibilities.
Yeah, it works well for the sponsors too.
I tell you what, the PA, under Andre's leadership, David Kelly and others, they've been really helpful in a lot of these elements to collaborate with us. And that's one of those areas where safety has to be the top priority. So we've been testing a lot of things from that standpoint on that court too.
Well, you're a point guard because you give an assist to everybody on your staff. I mean,
I'm gonna get one to you real quick.
You just sharing the knowledge. You just
can I get one to you real quick too? I don't know if you remember this, Zeke, but 9 years ago when I first started in this role, it was at an event, and it was like a few days into my course now, and I'll never forget what you told me. You said, man, congratulations and enjoy and soak in every moment. I've tried to do that since day one.
Well,
so thank you.
And it's been an incredible ride with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Good to visit with you,
Pete.
as always. Successful challenge by Brooklyn. And so they retain possession of the ball, up 20. And Daniels with a miss. Approaching 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. Williams, 4-3. Kelly, an offensive rebound. Magic will recycle. Akins on the drive and draws a foul. Davis too close defensively, and free throws coming for the Nets.
So will the Irish football team be any good this year?
Yes, we will. Expect a repeat performance.
All right.
A lot of expectation from Marcus. Marcus Freeman's doing a tremendous job.
Right.
We got a chance to see him at Game 3 of the finals in Indianapolis. And, Marcus is a great guy, right guy for the right time. So a lot of expectation. We'll be right back.
Right. Y'all must have slid a little bit more NIL money over that way.
It's a new era.
It is indeed. Nate Santos returns to the lineup for the Magic. Akins 3 for 3 from the line this afternoon. Makes the second as well. The Nets have dominated. They had led 27-21 after one quarter. And they have led throughout. TJ Bamba drives, teardrop. Partially deflected. 45 seconds remain in the quarter. Kelly running the floor. And a blocking foul called with 40 seconds remaining in the period. Kyler Kelly, undrafted out of Oregon State. Foul on DeAndre Davis. Kelly splitting the defense and Davis the foul. Kyler Kelly to the line. 108 G League games for 4 different teams since 2020, and led the G League in blocks back in 2024.
I mean, when we talk about the G League and you talk about the importance of development, and you look at the coaches and you look at the players, right? Talk about how many of the training staff have come out of the G League. And you guys, like, really, you develop everything.
Everything. The front office and executives there that Sharif works with, to the coaches, to the training staff. It's just a great development area all around. I mean, we automatically think about the players and the coaches and the officials, but it's a great grading, great proving ground all the way through,
Corner 3. Bamba is off. Offensive rebound. Davis. Shot clock at 10. No fouls to give either way. Bamba, 3 on the shot clock. It's up, it's off, and a foul that'll put TJ Bamba at the free throw line.
I think the next thing you guys should work on is making sure that every arena has excellent popcorn. Because there's some arenas, the popcorn is good, and then there's some you're like, wait a minute now. And I say that because I almost missed the flight trying to get some Garrett's popcorn in Chicago. We were on the same flight.
I remember that during the finals.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find an assist on that for you.
Yeah, we gotta make sure the popcorn is right.
Bamba with a couple of free throws. Shot clock goes dark. 20-point lead for the Nets. Akins with 6. Turns down the Kelly screen. Turns the corner. Gets by Samuel. Hangs off glass and in with 7/10 of a second. Akins. And a long distance feed is off the mark. The Nets expand to a 69-51 lead, outscoring Orlando 20-10 in the third quarter. Our thanks to Byron Spruell.
What has this experience been like for you? Have you learned anything about yourself?
Yeah, it's just a learning experience. It's just getting to know the ups and the downs, and just I know the strongest 2 games. Just got to push through and try to work my way to have a good third game. And the team's playing great right now, and that's what it's all about.
We're looking forward to seeing you grow and seeing you in the league. Good luck.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
Danny Wolf, solid game. 16 points, 5 boards, 3 assists. Visiting with our Lauren Jabara. Quincy Olivari, a topside Davis 3, spoons out, and the rebound to Fremantle. Fremantle, Santos, Davis, Akins, and Wendell Moore Jr. on the floor for the Orlando Magic. And the battle for the rebound following the Olivari miss. The ball will remain with Brooklyn. Now, Byron Spruell's done a great job. Has to handle so many different things, and really the hire of Monty McCutcheon, when Monty came off the floor as one of our finals level officials, I think his work has helped to elevate the officiating staff. Here's Akins with the offensive rebound, sets up Santos for an open 3 that won't go, and the rebound to Samuel. And I know that officiating is always a popular topic with fans, that they're not thrilled with it, but if you were ever to sit with referees and look at play after play after play to refine how you see a play, you process it, you decide whether or not to put air in the whistle or not, they really do a remarkable job.
They do an unbelievable job. And, you know, and the game is so fast and the athletes are so athletic that, you know, the anticipation of blowing the whistle, you really have to be disciplined not to, because the athletes can do so many incredible things in the air and with their speed that it's really a tough job.
Summer League action continues on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Up next on NBA TV, we've got the Pelicans and the Thunder at 9:30 Eastern. ESPN tonight. Wizards and Jazz at 10. Then at 4:30 on ESPN2 tomorrow, Pacers and Knicks. Preliminary games wrapping up. There were 8, I believe, unbeaten teams heading into action today, trying to stay alive to be part of the Final Four. Davis in the lane against Fremantle. Samuel has it. Short shot clock. And Bamba, an offensive rebound. He's being held and will go to the free throw line following the foul. You know, Isaiah, we had talked about effort level because you never want to go 0 for anything. And I really have to tip my cap to Brooklyn and Steve Hetzel, their summer league coach. They've brought some serious energy here this afternoon.
Yeah, they brought the want to win, right? And, you know, you talk about effort, you know, but there's also a denial, like we're not going to lose another game. And that's the effort that you see in the desperation that they're playing with right now.
I'm talking about all the Michigan State guys. Steve Hetzel was a student manager under Tom Izzo at Michigan State. Santos, a miss. Trying to track it down. He does and keeps it in play. Fresh 14 for Orlando. And then a missed 3 by Akins. Daniels hangs off glass. Rim didn't want it. Fremantle the rebound. A look ahead. Akins in a crowd. Had it rejected. Got it back. Drew a foul. Tyrese Samuel with the foul. And Fremantle is the one who has earned a trip to the line. Zach Fremantle out of Xavier. Last year with the Musketeers, almost 17 points and 7 rebounds a game. Fremantle now with 3 points. They are the first points he has scored here in Summer League. Crutcher and Alondas Williams on for Orlando. Nets still with a 14-point lead. They are 1 for their last 12, however. Davis with the screen for Olivari. Skip pass. Rhythm 3. Well played by Caleb Daniels. Daniels shooting 44% from the arc here in Las Vegas. Triples Brooklyn up 17. Fremantle out of the double. Alondas Williams sets up a corner 3. Down the well it goes for Wendell Moore Jr. Wendell Moore Jr. averaging 13 a game here in Vegas, 16 today.
And Orlando right now putting together a nice offensive run, trying to get themselves back into the game. But Brooklyn has seemed to have a stop button every time Orlando tries to get some momentum.
Nice little turn and gun by Bamba there for the Nets. Fremantle flashed to the post, wanted it, didn't get it. A defensive 3-second call by the Brooklyn Nets. So technical free throw. Wendell Moore Jr. will take it. I like the defensive 3-second rule. Remember the old illegal defense rules that nobody really understood back in the day?
Yeah. Which was maddening because it's like everybody would have to go stand on one side of the floor, couldn't go below the foul line, while another player had it, an offensive player had it on the post. As soon as they move, everybody, illegal defense, illegal defense. It's crazy.
Yeah, the current rule is if you are a defender in the lane, you must be actively guarding an opponent. You can't be not guarding for 3 seconds. Telegraph pass stolen by Awoma. Offensive rebound by Olivari. Olivari played last year with the Lakers, pockets that one up and in. Former Xavier Musketeer himself. He's got 11. 5 boards, 5 feeds. Rhythm 3. Book it for Ethan Thompson.
Still a lot of time left in this game for Orlando to make a run. They just got to put together a string of stops and don't foul and send it to the foul.
Olivari with the drive, Penda with the foul. The interesting story about Quincy Olivari, so he graduates from Xavier. When you graduate, you get the cap and gown, but it's what you wear underneath. He wore his Lakers jersey underneath his cap and gown when he graduated from Xavier.
Oh, he's committed.
Yeah.
He's committed.
And it wasn't a bachelor's degree, it was a master's degree in sports administration.
Okay, go ahead on.
Brand Nelson back in the game, and Yegor Gilman also returning for Brooklyn. Nets have been involved in close games. They lost to Oklahoma City by 9, by 6 to Washington, and by 4 to the Knicks yesterday. Olivari, good again. Crutcher behind the screen. An open 3, it's through.
Still time left.
Jalen Crutcher. He's been struggling with a shot here in Vegas, only 20% from the floor, but he triples the Magic within a dozen. 77-65, under 6 remaining in the 4th quarter. Wolf against Penda, swings the hook off glass. Rebound Fremantle for Orlando. Crutcher against the Woma. Alondas Williams, 3 dances. No, Bud volleyed up and in by Fremantle. And a timeout taken by Brooklyn and Steve Hutzel. 10-point game. Isaiah Thomas says there's plenty of time. Indeed, there is in a 10-point game.
When Superman is off saving the day, DQ is here with a $7 meal deal. Now with the $2 small Blizzard treat upgrade. Get any small Blizzard treat like our newest menu hero for just $2 more. This summer, save on all your faves at DQ.
If you take or have taken Humira for moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis and still have symptoms, you don't have to settle. Ask your gastroenterologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you. It's one of the latest treatments from the makers of Humira. Rinvoq works differently than Humira and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can deliver rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission, and helps visibly reduce damage of the intestinal lining.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Rapid symptom relief and lasting steroid-free remission are possible with Rinvoq. Ask your gastroenterologist if switching to Rinvoq is right for you. You could pay as little as $0 per month.
Still dreaming about this concert?
Yeah, the cost to get here is
Not the vibe. Priceline has millions of hotel deals.
AJ, and I got another guy that
playing in the other gym a little later. So I got some guys, but I got a lot of coaches here that were GAs, and that's been fun for me too. And I'm going to go see my guys from Phoenix. So I'm getting a lot of things done, and then I'm back on the road recruiting tomorrow.
I know. I just asked you, do you get any time off at all? You said, not really. You're a little bit of a...
Not yet. You know, I guess August is for that, so I'm going to enjoy August.
Exactly. I know you and Jace just have a very special relationship. Take me through what this Orlando team is getting out of a guy like that.
You know, my favorite word for him is efficient, you know. But what a joy for me. I coached his dad, you know. They've got, between the two of them, they've got 3 Big Ten championship rings, a Final Four, a national championship. The whole family's been great, Mom, everybody. But Jace is a super student, a very good player, but a really efficient player. He can do it in a lot of different ways.
I'm excited to see him blossom, especially in the NBA. And I talked to Bruce Pearl yesterday. He just said how important it is to continue to coach his players, even as they're in the league and out of the league. I know you and Draymond have a special relationship too. You continue to coach everyone. How important is that to you to be here to show up for these guys?
You know, they listen more once they get to the league because they realize how many things that you were telling them are true. But it is fun to follow our guys, and I've got a great fraternity. Draymond really helps that. He's an unbelievable guy. He comes back all the time. And so it's great when players come back, but it's also great when I get to go out and see them.
Do you get to have any fun at all this summer?
Well, not yet. You know, like I said, I got August ahead of me, but I mean, I've been, you know, you still work with your team in the summer, and the recruiting periods are big, but August should be a good month, so let's hope August is good.
And last question for me, a lot to build on last year with your team going all the way to the Elite Eight. I know I talked to Bruce Pearl yesterday, so sorry to bring that back up again, but what are you excited about next season?
I thought you liked me. What are you really good day? No, you know, Bruce had a really good team, and on that day, they were better than us, I think, all around, but that day we didn't shoot it very well. They did. But, you know, the problem now is you never know what other teams have anymore. Everybody's kind of musical chairs going different places. I like my team so far. We'll see if we can put it together. That's what it's like now. We're putting teams together. It's almost harder than the NBA in that respect because they have contracts. They have people that stick around. We have a lot of movement in our league right now, and yet it is what it is, so we'll just coach it that way.
Coach, I so appreciate you taking the time, especially to talk to a Michigan Wolverine and myself.
I love you, man. You know what? I appreciate you. Thanks for having me on. You didn't have to do that.
Of course. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Lauren. If Tom Izzo is in the building, you got to talk to him.
You know, and I'm just listening to Lauren talk to him, and that's got to be such a treat for her growing up in Michigan and then getting to, you know, interview the great Coach Tom Izzo.
Here's a look ahead. Ethan Thompson, Penda.
You got a game here.
Yes.
You got a game here, Coach.
A 16-3 run by Orlando. Penda. Size advantage. Alondas Williams for 3. Bingo! Oh, Alondas Williams drops in the 3, and it's a 1-point game.
We said it was a lot of time, and Orlando responded. While we were doing the interviews, they came back on the defensive side of the ball, got a little energy going.
Oh, and Yegor Dillman with the 3. He has not shot it well today, but in the big moment, he drops in his second triple to push the lead to 4 with under 2.5 remaining. Thompson, a drop-off. Fremantle could not hit, and the rebound to Grant Nelson. Olivari forcing the issue and drawing a foul from Ethan Thompson. And a timeout on the floor. Free throws coming. Brooklyn hanging on after leading by 20+.
Where some saw a pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A Sonic
score, you've cut the lead and you're back in it.
Olivari 5 of 7 from the line. Good with the first. Tosan Owoma back on the floor with Wolf, Gilman, Daniels, and Olivari for the Nets. Penda, Thompson, Crutcher, Williams, and Fremantle for the Magic. Both free throws down by Olivari. 84-78. Both teams only 3 team fouls here late in the fourth. Williams got by Olivari, dishes, Fremantle dunks. Fremantle had played only 3 minutes all summer league. He's logged 13 this afternoon, and they've been productive. Knocked it away from Wolf. Again, both these teams looking for their first win of summer league before heading to the consolation round. Crutcher drives. Fremantle against Wolf. Goes to the cup, but the flip won't fall. The rebound to Owoma. Gilman. Oh, hits the three.
Two big threes.
Gilman. 2 big threes here in the fourth. The lead is 7.
Timely threes.
Penda responds.
Right back at you. Right back at you.
Thompson with the foul in backcourt. That was the one that Orlando had to give.
I mean, in transition, stop, pop, and then Penda comes back and say, okay, you can do it, so can I. I got one for you also.
Under a minute remaining. Olivari checks the shot clock. Wants a screen from Wolf. The switch by Fremantle, and Fremantle with the bump. And Olivari will go back to the free throw line. That's the second foul under 2 minutes. Olivari last year with the Lakers never got to the free throw line. Scant minutes with the form blue and gold, but gets 2 here. Olivari now 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Nets 34 free throws, 10 more attempts than Orlando. Got his own miss off the back iron.
And that would hurt. You know, the little things, you work hard to come back, and you can't leave that guy.
Oh, Gilman in the big moment. The 19-year-old delivers 3 big triples.
Can't leave him open.
Shooting 40% from 3 for Summer League. But you love the confidence and the shot making in the big moment.
And what he said in his interview is that, hey, I work hard and I know my shot's going to come. I keep working, and the hard work is paying off, and the confidence never left.
11 points. All of his triples coming here late in this game to try to thwart an Orlando comeback. Orlando coming from 23 down made a game of it, but Gilman has had an answer every time. Every once in a while, somebody will say, so what's your favorite sport to call? I mean, in the NBA, obviously. But if you keep score, it's good, right?
Yes.
There's
absolutely.
nothing like competition.
Nothing like competition. And especially when, again, as we discussed earlier, like every single play, these guys are fighting for their life. So they don't take a play off. And, you know, when we look at this shot here, You know, he's got good rhythm. He's got good form. You look at the rotation on the ball. I mean, he is as confident a shooter as we've seen out here. Even though his percentage isn't good right now, his confidence has never wavered.
Orlando came from 23 down. They got within 79-78. The Nets a 12-4 run. And Yegor Gilman has been a big reason why the Nets are poised to grab their first win here in Vegas. Nets do have a foul to give, by the way. Fremantle gives way to Crutcher. Crutcher, step back three. Got it! Both teams also with one timeout remaining. And again, Orlando is over the foul limit. Steal, Alondas Williams. Tiptoes on the baseline. And it will be out of bounds to Brooklyn, and that may be the final story. Timeout ticking here.
Denial of the ball, trying to get it with just foot out of bounds, trying to get in. Nope. Like he was playing hopscotch with it.
Alondas Williams trying to retain possession for Orlando. And see if we get a challenge here. Yep, green light is on.
Orlando has called a timeout to challenge a ruling of the out of bounds.
That's interesting. I thought it was out of bounds.
It was out of bounds, but I think possession would have gone to Brooklyn. Because Awoma was in the vicinity as well. So there's the bad pass. Awoma is there. Who does it touch last? I don't know if they think that it touched Awoma's head on the way out of bounds.
Who could have touched his hair?
Well, so
maybe
inbounds. Does it hit his head there? And where does the ball go from there? And does Williams touch it? It bounces inbounds there. Williams avoids it. So I guess they're looking whether or not did it touch Awoma on the way out.
I would say the way he reacted, he probably saw that it touched his hair or touched his head.
So we will see. Pat O'Connell, A.J. Ganelli, and Genesis Perryman are the three officials assigned to this game.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
All right, does it touch Awoma on the head going by?
I think he looks at. I think he just looks at it.
Yeah.
I don't think it touches him.
You got a close-up view of Adam Silver's signature. But if you're Orlando, you have to challenge.
You have to challenge that, yes. You know, of course, their monitors are better than ours. So what we're looking at and what they're looking at is probably they're looking at it with a little bit more clear.
Have you been to the replay center in Secaucus?
No, I have not.
You need to, because they can, and not as many cameras today as you would have at a regular NBA game, and certainly not as many as you would have at a full network game, but they can piece together every feed, in-house, home feed, visiting feed, network feed, and they can sync everything.
Right.
So you can look at the same play from like 9 angles, but it's all synchronized. It's really an amazing piece of technology in Secaucus. But again, the call on the floor is Brooklyn ball. And is there something clear and conclusive to support the challenge?
It's taken them a long time.
Well, as you said, Alondas Williams was doing the little hopscotch along the baseline.
Yeah, like he saw something, but
the call on the floor will stand. Brooklyn basketball. The game clock will be reset to 26.5, and the shot clock will be reset to 22.
That's the other thing that you have to get clear. because the clock continued to run as the ball was bouncing around. That's Pat O'Connell, our crew chief this afternoon. So Brooklyn will have it. Challenge unsuccessful. And Brooklyn just needs to be solid here. 26.5 seconds to get the win. Wolf with 16, leading Brooklyn. But the threes late by Yeoman knocked out of bounds. It will be Brooklyn ball, but Yegor Yeoman coming up with big three-point shots here late. After Orlando rallied from 23 down to get within 1, and Brooklyn has to take its last time out. Difficult position from which to inbound the basketball, and we're not done just yet. We'll step aside here. 24.6 remaining in the fourth. Brooklyn ball and the lead, 91-86.
Oh, look, I'm bottomless. Just like bottomless apps for $9.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. That's
Gilman hitting big threes late in this one as Orlando rallied from 23 down to get within 1. And it is Brooklyn basketball. 24.6 for the game. Shot clock at 20. And by taking the timeout, Brooklyn can advance to the hash mark in front court. And Isaiah, this is always an interesting decision because now you can inbound the ball to back court, give yourself a little bit more space. Orlando will be forced to foul. They're already over the limit. And there's the foul. Thompson takes it. Wolf was trying to dish it to Yeoman. And Wolf will go to the free throw line.
And at the end of the game, and this is how you close out games, you close it out at the foul line. And if you can't make free throws, you always leave the door open for your opponent to do something spectacular. So these are 2 big free throws because, you know, it stretches the lead, but it also gives you a little comfort.
Door remains slightly ajar. If Wolf had made both, it would have been a 7-point lead, basically a 3-possession game. Wolf only 2 of 5 from the free throw line this afternoon.
And we've seen so many times when the door is open, players always find a way to kick the door open or kick the door down and make some spectacular 3-point shot.
All right, shot clock is off. Crutcher, they need a 3. Don't get a 3. Kenda, a 2. Doesn't hurt the Nets. 4-point lead, 15.5. They get it into Wolf, and Wolf is fouled immediately by Fremantle. And Danny Wolf to the free throw line. Wolf, real solid game from him. He was averaging only 4.5 points per game, but a 17-point afternoon to go along with 6 rebounds.
I told you before the game started, I thought that, you know, he has the talent and the skill to be a very effective NBA player. It's just a matter of him finding his niche.
And that is really part of what Summer League is all about. How do I fit into our rotation? How do I fit into my team's plans? Wolf splits the pair. 5-point game, 13 seconds. Crutcher, drop off. Thompson, foot on the line. It's a 2. And Pat O'Connell immediately stops the inbounds because they will double check and make sure that it was indeed a 2. Stutter step, right foot.
Oh, we can't see if that right foot is on the line.
Crutcher screens, but the slot official, A.J. Ganelli, signaled 2.
I mean, how good are those officials to see that in real time? Be careful here, Brooklyn. Got to get it in bounds.
And they don't have a timeout. And the foul by Penda. That's another thing about the replay center. Every 2-3 is reviewed. And the referees don't have to go to the monitor. And the referees here at Summer League are wearing earpieces so that in real time, the replay center can go to Pat O'Connell. We got it. It was a 2. So there, we talked to Byron Spurrell about game flow.
And Byron and the NBA has done a great job in infusing technology into the game and using it the right way and not being afraid to experiment with it.
And for years, we would talk in broadcast meetings about why don't the referees make announcements like they do in the NFL? And there was like, we're not sure we're ready for it. I think it's really helped rules education. And a foul before the shot, but it will be 2 free throws. Both teams, I beg your pardon, the Nets had one to give. So non-shooting with 3.2. So 4-point game, 3.2. Crutcher to inbound. Penda, a turnaround 3. No, and that's the ball game. The Brooklyn Nets win it 94-90. Magic, join us as NBA 2K26 Summer League rolls on. Pelicans and Thunder coming up next.
Oh, look, I'm bottomless. Just like bottomless apps for $9.99 at